What's going on YouTube? So family three-row haulers are the bread and butter of American driveways these days. And two of the heaviest hitters are Toyota's Grand Highlander and Kia's Telluride. And today we're putting them head to head in their newest generations.
And not just any Telluride and Grand Highlander, the fully loaded examples of both. So which between the maxed out Telluride and maxed out Grand Highlander will come out on top? That's what we're here to find out today.
As mentioned in the introduction, we're looking at the fully decked out versions of these SUVs, called Platinum and SX Prestige respectively. The prices are quite close to each other, and if you're looking to buy one, make sure to check out carconfections.com/newcarquotes to get the best price and access to invoice pricing information. But starting with the exteriors, while both brands aim for a rugged, boxy aesthetic, their exterior designs diverge quite a bit. Kia opts for a much more striking look, with a large and blocky grille, while, in contrast, the Grand Highlander follows a more traditional path, mirroring the understated styling found throughout the rest of the Toyota family. While we don't score the subjective element of design, we will be scoring every feature difference here, so let's talk headlights. Both come standard with projector full LED units, and even things like fog lights, which are increasingly disappearing from many models these days. But Kia one-ups its luxury with fancy animations as you approach, giving it the first point. Moving to the wheels, both are rocking 20-inch alloys with contrast or black designs. And when you look at them from the sides, you might notice that the Toyota is the longer vehicle of the two, 201.4 inches compared to the Kia's 199.2 inches. We'll talk about how that translates to interior space a little later in this comparison. But for now, you'll see around back, the Kia showcases a design that takes some serious inspiration from Range Rover. The Grand Highlander's design seems to be influenced by the last-gen RAV4. But when it comes to features, both have fully LED taillight units, and the Grand Highlander has exposed exhaust outlets. One Telluride advantage is that it hides the rear wiper for a cleaner look and to prevent weathering. Now if you're planning to tow though, the Toyota has the edge here, with a 500-pound advantage at 5,000 pounds of towing. Now let's talk about the mirrors, where both come with features you typically only see on luxury SUVs. They have heating, blind spot monitoring, power folding, puddle lamps, and the Kia further adds auto dimming to both sides. Past that, let's talk safety. Both models include their entire active safety system suites as standard equipment on all models. And these top models further add highway driving assistance for those longer road trips. But now it's time for us to get to the crazy features on the even more important interiors. But first,
if you're new here, we're brothers and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We started young, and since then we've reviewed over 2,000 cars at every price point.
No matter what you're looking for, from our long-term vehicle videos to our side-by-side comparisons, we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family.
Let's learn a lot and have some fun with all the latest cars. Approaching both, they have smart entry, but the Kia has a few advantages. It has a long-range remote start on the fob, subscription-free for life. And it has the Smart Park feature that can pull the car into and out of tight parking spots completely unmanned. One more stop before getting inside, as the Telluride now has flush door handles that pop out on approach for the new generation. Let us know what you think about that down below. But opening up the doors, you'll see two completely different themes for their interiors. The Toyota's is finished in a rich brown color, and the Kia's a bold blackberry purple and beige. Color is not the only difference though, because when it comes to the seats themselves, the Kia is only available with a faux leather this year, no matter which trim you pick. The Grand Highlander Platinum has real leather seating, and while the Kia's leatherette is quite realistic, we will still give the advantage to the authentic leather in the Toyota. Functionality-wise, they share seat heating, ventilation, and memory. But apart from that, the Kia goes a step up. It includes 4 more ways of power adjustment, massaging, and even a full relaxation mode, which practically turns the seat into a lazy boy for epic naps while waiting to pick up your kids from soccer practice. Hopping inside, we can talk about the broad item of cabin quality, which will divide into solidity and material selection. Both models feature excellent fit and finish, but the build quality and overall solid feel is executed better in the Kia. It also has higher quality material selections throughout the cabin, with loads of leatherette, wood trim, and even a suede headliner, compared to the Toyota, which is more utilitarian. Finally, the Telluride has a wealth of customizable ambient lighting, which is missing from the Grand Highlander. After startup, you'll be greeted by 12.3-inch displays with plenty of customizability. The Kia's further includes a blind spot camera system, and they both have large head-up displays for these loaded trims. The steering wheels are also nicely done, as they're leather-wrapped and heated. The Kia's wheel suffers from asymmetry, but to make up for that, it features power adjustment, a feature missing from the Toyota. Rain-sensing wipers are also included on both. But the next major subject to evaluate is interior storage, broken into the subcategories of console and the extra cubbies throughout. First, checking out the center consoles. It's clear the Grand Highlander has put a bigger emphasis on practicality. It fits the maximum 2 dozen donuts in its console, while the Telluride's is a much more modest size. For front storage, the Telluride includes a floating console, which the GH doesn't have, but the Toyota has a passenger storage shelf, which the Telly does not have. Now on that floating console is a set of not one but 2 wireless phone charging pads on the Kia. To attain the good storage space, both use electronic shifters in different spots. In reverse, they have 360-degree cameras with 3D spin ability and parking sensors. For the 3-zone climate systems, both offer physical controls for the main temperature adjustments, which is much appreciated nowadays. They also have physical volume controls, so let's test out their audio systems. The Kia's a 14-speaker Meridian, and the Toyota's an 11-speaker JBL. For audio quality, the Meridian has both a speaker count and quality advantage. Now to the screens, where they both have 12.3-inch displays running each brand's recent infotainment systems. They both include wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and navigation. Performance on both is smooth, and the menus are simple, so most people will be more than satisfied. Finishing up the front of the cabins, both include auto-dimming rear-view mirrors with garage door openers and digital camera abilities. They also have panoramic moonroofs, the Kia's being split into 2 panels. But chances are you'll have family or friends in the back areas, so let's dive into that. Starting with the second row seat space. While both are large, it's the Kia with the legroom and headroom advantage. And while that's not quite enough of a difference to score a point, the features the Telluride offers will be. While both have loads of features, including climate vents, USB ports, sunshades, rear seat heating, and ventilation, it's the Kia that further includes bougie power seat adjustment and relaxation seats, things you almost never see even in luxury vehicles. In addition, it offers a backseat table and storage cubby for family snacks, but only the Grand Highlander has a household power outlet. Entering the third row, both sets of seats slide forward easily, but only the Telluride tilts to retain the seat back angle, meaning many child seats would not have to be removed. Once in the back, the sizing flip-flops from the second row, making the Grand Highlander the bigger of the two. It has about 4% more legroom, and their headroom figures are nearly identical. Additionally, for features, both have vents, cup holders, USBs, and once more, Kia one-ups the Toyota by giving you third row seat heating. Now to the cargo spaces. Both have hands-free power tailgates as equipped. And when it comes to space, the Grand Highlander continues its space advantage over the Telly. Behind the third row, it's not quite at a 5% advantage threshold, but it jumps all the way up to a nearly 25% advantage behind the second row and as a maximum. That's certainly an advantage for families who need the max space. Both models have manual folding third rows, some outlets, and spare tires. Kia includes convenient second row release buttons so you don't have to walk around. That's it for the interiors, so now let's take them out on the road where both will impress. That's right, when we get under the hoods, you'll be happy to know that both models are rocking powerful powertrains. These are hybrid systems, and the two brands went a similar route to each other, both having a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine as the foundation, and adding electric motors on top of that. All told, in the Grand Highlander, we have a whopping 362 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque, which bests the all-new Telluride hybrid, still achieving an impressive 329 horsepower and 339 pound-feet of torque. In real-world performance, the Highlander reaches 60 miles per hour in less time. $60.
It pulls hard.
Yeah. Definitely. From the first time that we experienced this, it really was impressive in terms of power, and throughout the 7 days, it just continues to impress.
All right.
All right, 60 miles an hour.
Feels pretty substantial, pretty good.
Yeah, pretty fast. Like I said, this is the fastest Telluride that they have ever made. So let's recap a little bit about what makes up this hybrid system. So it's not just designed for efficiency, it also is a significant improvement in terms of overall power. It's a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. That's going to be paired with 2 electric motors, and we also have a 1.65 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack. Putting all that together, we're going to have 329 horsepower and 339 pound-feet of torque. As far as the transmissions are concerned, even though they are hybrids, both still have traditional 6-speed automatics and all-wheel drive systems. Performance is smooth in each, and it blends right into the background. Now, another thing to note about the powertrains is that this has a 6-speed automatic transmission. So, of course, if you know hybrids, most of them come with a continuously variable transmission, some iteration of an eCVT. This one sticks with the traditional automatic, and I do think that's for the better overall. Responsiveness on this is pretty good. The shifts are a little slow, but not too bad at all.
And I also really like that this Hybrid Max has a traditional transmission. So you may have seen that in our acceleration there. This actually has a 6-speed automatic transmission.
Now for ride quality and handling. Which will be the one to excel? Well, they both excel, but in slightly different ways. We'll get this out of the way first. Both are very comfortable. However, the Telluride takes the slight edge in ride quality, with an exceptionally good suspension and plush seats for all occupants. That being said, the Grand Highlander has the slight advantage in driving dynamics and handling. Vehicles like this are not designed for ultimate performance, of course, but we were impressed by the body composure in the Hybrid Max Grand Highlander.
I have to say, very, very impressive. I absolutely love the way that they've done the suspension in this Grand Highlander. It soaks up the bumps super well.
When you go around corners, body roll is pretty nicely controlled, and that is all in combination with the fact that this has just superb ride quality. I think Kyle would certainly agree that every minute we spent with this today has just been absolutely in perfect comfort. It really soaks up bumps very well. Here at Car Confections, something we always do is take sound level readings for all the models we test so that we can compare them. The Grand Highlander has consistently been one of, if not the quietest options in the segment. We don't have an official Kentucky sound level reading of the loaded Telluride yet, but here is a middle trim EX for your reference in the meantime.
53.5 decibels seems to be the number that we have settled in at. $57.5 seems to be the number that we have settled in at.
Finally, when it comes to fuel economy, you might be surprised to find that the Kia actually pulls ahead by a significant amount. It's rated at 4 mpg better combined, surpassing the already efficient Toyota. Toyota also offers a less powerful and more efficient hybrid system, but this Telluride setup is kind of right in between the two of them. In our reviews and comparisons, we're also adding in reliability and resale information to give you a better picture of the overall value beyond just the original MSRP. Beginning with reliability, we developed the Combined Reliability Index, which takes into account several studies from trustworthy sources and combines them in a way that gives you the most realistic picture. Here, both do pretty well, with the Kia ranking 5 slots above the industry average, awarding it plus 1 point. Meanwhile, Toyota is one of the industry leaders, coming in at a whopping 13 slots above average, giving it an additional 2.6 points. For warranties, they are very different. The Kia has a significantly longer powertrain and basic warranty. However, it's only the Toyota that includes complimentary maintenance for the first 2 years. We also put Mason's economics degree to work to develop a detailed predicted resale value tool. After 5 years and 60,000 miles, the historically reliable Toyota brand excels. It comes in at an estimated resale value of 64.5% after 5 years, which is 15% better than the Kia's estimated resale value of 49.02% after 5 years. That will award plus 3 points to the Toyota. Now let's break down the cost of these two and evaluate how much value each model is delivering. Kia historically has always had a much more attractive price point than rivals, undercutting them by thousands. That being said, this new Telluride demands a pretty high price, mostly in line with the rivals such as this Grand Highlander. Both are over $60,000, with the Toyota costing about $1,200 more than the Kia. Both SUVs have lots of lower price trims available as well. We want to emphasize that if money, reliability, or resale value matters less to you personally, feel free to disregard these points.
So there you have it, the objective winner. Do you agree? Well, here are some reasons why you might pick each one as your personal winner, and then we'll go over which ones we would put in each of our respective driveways. I'll start with the Grand Highlander. You might pick that if you're looking for more third row space as well as cargo capacity, if you're looking for superior resale and reliability, and if you're looking for practicality in the cabin storage. Now on the flip side, you should pick the Kia Telluride if you're looking for a luxurious cabin experience. It's very nice, a lot nicer than Grand Highlander. Additionally, it has more luxury features such as massage seats, power second row seats, a heated third row, and it actually gets better fuel economy, which is something you typically don't say in a Toyota comparison. Now, speaking of the elements where one is excelling over the other, we would encourage you to go to carconfections.com/vehicle rankings. We've looked at all the 3-row midsize SUVs on the market and ranked them in individual categories, things like cargo space, interior technology, powertrain choices, value, and you can sort the list based on what's most important to you so you can really find the best pick in the segment. And there's a lot of options, so you definitely will want to make an informed buying decision by going to carconfections.com/vehicle rankings. But which one would we put in our driveways? So I would go with the Kia Telluride. I really like the luxury on the inside. I really like the design, and that new hybrid powertrain is a great combination of having a lot of power and still really good fuel economy. Yeah, maybe we're biased, but we do actually own a Kia Telluride, and I would say that that would definitely be my driveway pick for these fully loaded examples as well. And guys, that's going to wrap up this comparison. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, we'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button down below and becoming a part of our Car Confections family. We have a lot of fun content on this channel I promise you won't want to miss out on, especially in this segment. Now, if you're looking to buy either of the SUVs or any vehicle, we'd also like to welcome you to go to carconfections.com/newcarquotes. The reason you should do that is because we have a tool on our website that will connect you with local car dealers in your area to get you the best price. It's also going to give you access to invoice pricing information, which is great if you plan on doing any dealership negotiating. We also have a monthly payment tool, so you can check all of that out at carconfections.com/newcarquotes. And guys, that wraps up this video. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.